Hey guys, welcome to another video from whatacca.com. We're looking ahead to match day 3 in the Champions League. Lots of interesting matches involving the English Premier League clubs, and we'll look and give you predictions for all 4 of the games coming up on the Tuesday and the Wednesday. Before I do, let me just remind you, whatacca.com is a leading accumulator tipping website. We provide real betting tips. We don't churn out lots of them every day and just throw lots of teams and selections together. We always bet on our own accumulator selections, and they've been really good over the last 2 or 3 years now. So make sure that you subscribe to this email, this video, and make sure you sign up to the email at whatacca.com to make sure you receive all of our tips and recommendations. And hopefully they will steer you in the right direction and put you on a path to profit. Make sure you gamble responsibly, of course. Let's dive into the Champions League games taking place next week. We're going to start at the Wanda Metropolitano, where Atletico Madrid take on Liverpool. A couple of Liverpool players are actually going to fly directly from Brazil to Spain for this match, with the international matches having caused a bit of chaos. And funnily enough, Atletico Madrid actually got their match against Granada postponed, so they've actually had more prep time than Liverpool for this game. We're going to err on the side of caution and go for under 2.5 goals, which is often a dangerous ploy when it comes to betting on Liverpool matches with this selection, especially with the attacking might that Liverpool have had, and the fact that they've gone and scored plenty of goals in their first 2 matches against Milan and Porto. However, Atletico have had that extra rest time. They generally keep things pretty tight in front of their own fans. They certainly won't be in any mood themselves to sort of be too open, and they are a pragmatic team by their very nature under Diego Simeone. So therefore, we think chances at a premium could be there for both teams. And obviously, there is history insofar as they played each other 2 seasons ago, just before COVID. And obviously, Atletico won that game 1-0 and basically used all of their sort of dark arts to make sure that they engineered the right result. A draw wouldn't be a bad result for either team, given the current status of the group. So we think under 2.5 goals is probably the sensible play for your Accas. Club Brugge take on Manchester City. Interestingly, Club Brugge are sitting second in the group, and Manchester City is sitting third in the group as we go into this match. Club Brugge have been a bit of a surprise package in the Champions League so far. They held Paris Saint-Germain to a 1-1 draw before heading to Leipzig, who are admittedly a bit off colour, but Brugge went and won 2-1 in Germany. And so they'll be feeling fairly confident approaching this match against Manchester City. It's also interesting to note with Club Brugge, I know they only play in the Belgian league, which is clearly like a bit tamer compared to some of the leading European leagues, but they have scored in every single match they played in this season, including obviously against Paris. So we think that they're capable of finding the net against the Manchester City team, who will constantly be in rotation due to the schedule and the fact they've come in off the internationals. And we think Manchester City can win this game, but we think both teams to score could be a good way of pairing it together to get a bigger price there. The City are massive favourites to win this game, and they probably will win, they're most likely winners, but we just think that a better way to approach it would be to see Bruges get at least 1 goal at the other end, and they're more than capable, really, considering the way that they've been finding the net domestically this season and in Europe. Moving on to the Wednesday game at Stamford Bridge, we've got Chelsea going up against Malmo. This could be something of a mismatch, and we're going to the Asian handicap here to try and get with Chelsea in a different way to just betting on them to win, which is a prohibitively short price. You can bet on Chelsea minus 2.5 on the Asian handicap market. If you're not too familiar with Asian handicap, betting a team minus 2.5 for just like Chelsea, it means we need them to win by 3 goals or more. Now, you might think, well, Chelsea winning by 3 goals or more sounds like a big ask, really. But Juventus have already beaten Malmo 3-0, and Zenit St. Petersburg beat them 4-0. So the fact that Chelsea have got such a hefty squad and have such quality on the pitch, irrespective of who's playing, means that we think that 3-goal margin of victory or bigger is certainly not too much to ask from a team who are going to be out in force to try and run home the goals, especially after losing away to Juventus in their previous game. Malmo, they just look completely out of their depth. They're probably the weakest team in the Champions League group stage, and therefore we'll go Chelsea minus 2.5 goals, which you can get around even money at the time of this video being recorded. Last but not least is the clash at Old Trafford between Manchester United and Atalanta. We're getting deja vu with the prices here insofar as the Red Devils are trading odds on to beat an Italian team who have been pretty strong in the Champions League over the last 2 or 3 seasons. United are no price at all. Let's face facts. I mean, they're not that good in the first place, and then if you take away Harry Maguire and Rafael Varane, who are unlikely to be featuring in this match, then they're even weaker. The manager is less than good and has really he's just out of his depth as far as management at top level is concerned. So it's just a question of how we get against Manchester United, really. Atalanta's form hasn't been brilliant this season, but they are unbeaten away from home in Serie A at the time of recording. They do have 4 points on the board after a 2-2 draw away at Villarreal, followed by a 1-0 win over Young Boys, so they're sitting pretty. We think that the draw or the away win on the double chance market, even money, could be a good way to play things. Alternatively, the draw and both teams to score could also be a good play. We do think both teams will find the net in this match, which often happens in Manchester United games this season. But they're just really no price at all. So our recommendation is just to try and get against United in some shape or form. You could even go on the exchanges and lay Manchester United, and that wouldn't be a bad way to go about it. They're way too short, and Villarreal created so much against them in the first half of that match at Old Trafford. I'm not sure that things will be too different in this clash. So those are the 4 Champions League predictions featuring the English clubs. If you go to whatacca.com, you will find more written predictions for some of the other games that are taking place next week. Remember to subscribe to this video, and you will be able to get the lowdown on the Champions League games, and every Premier League weekend we'll look ahead to every single game and provide predictions. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be in touch with game week 8 for the Premier League later on this week. Cheers, guys.